How's it going, YouTube? It's Mike2K here with the Chicago Ballers Rebuild episode number 2. So we are at the trade deadline today, and we are going to trade some of the veterans on the team just to try and acquire some first-round picks. Mainly just trade some of the veterans and some seconds to see just what we can get for future picks, current picks. Really doesn't matter, just trying to get first-rounders out of these, since I know these are expiring deals, and honestly, they might retire or something, so who knows. So we're going to just kind of look around for Jarrett Jackson, actually the first person we give up. Not really seeing a whole lot as far as picks, mainly veterans, which doesn't excite me very much. Except for that Rockets one, it's got a unprotected first and a player which we can release at the end of the year. So I honestly think we're going to take that one because it's just an unprotected first round pick, and hopefully that will go well for us. Next person we're going to trade is Andrew Bogut in a couple of seconds. Again, just trying to get the more older veterans off the books who are going to downgrade, because honestly I just want the picks. So we're going to kind of go through here, not really seeing a whole lot as far as picks. It's mainly unfortunately players and seconds, which is not really what I'm looking for. That Sonics one makes sense kind of, but not really. So we're actually going to go down here and we are going to throw in this lottery protected pick from the Rockets, just to kind of add a little value, and it's a Rockets pick, so it's probably not going to be lottery anyway, but just in case the Rockets somehow fall off in 2 years, we won't have that pick anyway, so I'd rather have an unprotected pick or a lower protected pick from a team that potentially could do worse in a couple years. So kind of looking through, not really seeing much. I'm actually thinking that Spurs one, just again, it's unprotected and it comes with a pretty decent asset as far as Dwayne Dedmon. So we're going to go ahead and take that one, just because then we can just flip Dwayne Dedmon for hopefully another first or some seconds or just something cheap. Mainly just clearing him off the books. And of course we're going to throw in some more seconds, because for some reason the draft classes I always tend to find don't really go that deep as far as seconds. So it's not super accurate as far as like late round picks, and there's not normally anybody decent enough to make the roster left that far back, so seconds don't really matter. So we're actually, I'm thinking, going to take that San Antonio Spurs one. It comes with a player, and we get back that Rockets pick we just traded. So essentially we're trading Dwayne Dedmon for Jameer Nelson. So we are now going to, once the screen loads, we will then trade Jameer Nelson, just because I don't want his roster on the books, especially in the offseason, because he will more than likely downgrade and regress. So we're going to go ahead and get Jameer Nelson off the books. I'm just going to trade him straight up because we don't really have a bunch of seconds left to play with. So really just looking for a second or something along those lines. So we're actually going to take this Nuggets offer because I just want to double check. But Mike Miller, it does turn out, has a team option, so we can release him at the end of the year. So we'll just trade seconds and get somebody that will come off the books. So not really anybody that we have to worry about for contract extensions. So we are actually going to go ahead and simulate the rest of the season. And honestly, I'm hoping that with those moves, with the veterans gone, pretty much traded for picks, hopefully that really shrinks the rotation and we can hopefully not be in the playoffs anymore. For some reason we did really good at the beginning of the season. Not really what I wanted, as I want a top tier pick in order to really improve this team fast. And I know most people are like, oh, you should improve it through free agency. I am taking the trust the process mentality of you trade players for picks and you build through the draft. So obviously this team's not going to be ready to go next year, but I'm hoping by year 3, ideally, is when I'm hoping that this team will be ready to go and functional for at least a top 4 seed, especially in the East, because LeBron will hopefully start regressing, or at least regressing a little bit. And hopefully we'll have some players move west or something like they do in the real NBA to allow us for a little bit easier of a path. I know, obviously, Boston's going to start running into contract issues and things along that nature. So hopefully we can just try and wait it out a little bit, and then ideally in about 2 to 3 years really try and make a playoff push, and 3 to 4 years make a finals push. So your your MVP for the season is Russell Westbrook. The Rookie of the Year is Joel Embiid. Trust the process. The 6th man somehow, wow, Jordan Clark actually put up 17. Nerlens Noel is defensive. I don't believe in that. Schroeder is your most improved. And Steve Kerr, of course, is your coach of the year. So you've got the All-NBA first team. Second team, not really a whole bunch of surprises besides Giannis making first team. Still, Jokic, I guess, third team, I guess, is kind of surprising. New Orleans, obviously winning Defensive Player of the Year, surprising to me. We actually ended up having 2 rookies this year on the first team. Quite impressed with that. Ulis, how'd he do this year? He put up 14 and 7 in 28 minutes. It's not bad, not great. He's going to be our young version of Isaiah Thomas. Zubac put up 15 and 7. Would really like for the big man, especially over 7 feet tall, to be averaging more rebounds. So we're going to go ahead and send through the playoffs because we're not in them. The Raptors somehow had the first seed. We'll see how far they get. And wow, okay. So apparently the Bucks just won the championship over Golden State, who has everybody healthy. Okay. Well, really don't know how to transition out of that. The Bucks just won the finals in year 1. Okay, so we are going to now go to player retirement, as this could be the off season, and hopefully we can not really make splashes. I'm not really aiming for big names this year. I want pieces we can build around. If we're getting big names, it's a sign and trade type of situation. Hall of Fame inductees, Nowitzki and Paul Pierce, both very, very well deserving. Jersey retirement, Manu, Pierce, Nowitzki, all make sense, all definitely well deserving. League meetings, we're just going to make sure all of them are rejected because league meetings 90% of the time are stupid. We're also going to league realignment just to make sure that we are in the proper spot. I just wanted to make sure, for some reason 2K tends to randomly put teams that shouldn't be on the other conference in the other conference. So we got the 7th, potentially the 7th overall pick. And the other expansion team, the Supersonics, got the 3rd, which of course they get lucky and get the 1st, and we are still at number 7. Not too excited about that one. Alright, staff signing. We are going to... I'm leaning towards Kevin McHale. Really don't want Tyronn Lue. He doesn't want a 4-year deal. Really want a coach that wants a 4-year deal. So we're going to go Kevin McHale, like his style. We're going to go with him. Obviously going to clean house as far as all this goes. Take my personal favorite in Paul Pierce. I just like him as a player. So he's going to be our assistant coach. And now for all this, we are essentially just going to try and build up the staff so that hopefully in a couple of years we will be ready to go. Mainly trainer, scout, you know, the usual deal. Just try and get the best overall people, just to really try and build up a solid staff. Thankfully everybody's signing, and we're not going over budgets. We'll see, because 2K is stupid sometimes. Yeah, let us sign everybody, okay. So we are actually going to go ahead and just go through the pre-draft workouts. We will actually do the NBA draft in the next video. Just mainly because I really want to keep the draft and free agency together. I don't want to separate them, so we will put those in the second video. Or I guess it would be episode 3. So that's going to be it for this video. So we're not really going to look at a whole lot of offers. I'm going to see if we can maybe move up a spot or 2. Just because I really don't want 7, I really wanted like top 5, just to hopefully get either De'Aaron Fox or somebody along those lines. So once 2K decides wants to load, which is never ever ever sometimes. Yeah, not really looking like we're getting anything. So I'm actually going to go ahead and end the video there. We will start the next video with the draft and free agency everything, and we will get through the rest of the offseason next video, and we will continue on. So this is Mike 2K. Appreciate everything, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.